Well. Welcome all dillies and dolls to another fantastical week 3 week recap with the NFL. As you can see, we have someone new and fresh and exciting to the mix, aka Just Josh. He's also going to be our injury analyst, going over each of the games with me. And Andy's sad he couldn't make it, but I'm also coming in a little early this time. I'm going to be out of town during the normal recording session, so we're going to do this a little different today. I'm going to try to keep it under an hour, 3 minutes each, maybe. We'll see how it goes. And in the meantime, we'll pepper in some Cowboys Eagles updates for you guys. But definitely don't forget to click subscribe, click the bell, like it, Jeden TV, YouTube. If you have any comments, feedback, by all means, drop it in the comments section. We'd love to hear it. Love to hear from you. And let's get started, shall we? Josh, you doing all right?
Thanks for having me, Johnny.
Oh yeah, man. Anytime. Glad you could take time out of your day. This busy day, watching the silly Cowgirls play. I know that's
Hey,
your team as well. Gotta support the Texans. Just waiting for that number one draft pick.
they're
That's
up
all I care
20 to
about.
7 right now. Could be 21 if we had a kicker that was worth a damn. But
Hey
right,
man, Greg the leg. He
oh yeah, he can kick it if it's
McGroin.
over 50.
He pulled his nuts in the preseason, so I'm sure you know all about that. So yeah, let's kind of dive right in here to the first game on the slate here. Obviously, the Texans, piss poor performance, but it's all kind of up there, right? Thursday night game, Carolina 24-9 was the final. Um, they hung in there for a little bit, but towards the end there, they just they just didn't get any offense rolling. I think you're going to talk about the quarterback injury there for the Texans, which is kind of a big blow to that team. Other than that, not much doing. There's another, I guess, another really big injury that happened in this game that people are going to be up in arms in the fantasy world. But
A little bit of an
yeah,
injury.
just a little bit. Yeah. So, what was your take on this game? I mean, I watched as much as I could before my stomach couldn't take anymore. But
Yeah, I mean that's about all there was to it. It was just one team showed up, one team didn't. I mean, once the quarterback went out for Houston, there was nothing left. And then McCaffrey went out, but they were still able to run the ball. Just Houston's defense is poor.
yeah, it's not good. I mean, I think even Brandon Cooks though, he's still cooking. Got the 9 receptions for 112 yards.
He is the only one on their team worth a damn, for
And then
sure.
of course, Mr. Vulture himself, Anthony Miller, had to get a touchdown, make himself somewhat fantasy relevant. It'd be interesting to see how many people pick him up on the waiver wire this week. But yeah, I mean, I think there's nothing really much doing as every week goes for the Texans, especially now with Terod out
Yeah.
for the next few weeks, if not longer. We'll have to see what kind of offense they're going to spread out there. But yeah, more important pressing news, right? Christian McCaffrey runs CMC out for the count. I think what we saw today that he wasn't going to go on IR just yet because I think he'll be back in a couple
No,
weeks.
they think it's a 3 week thing. So they put him on IR. I think it's still 4 to 6 weeks that you have to be out, even unless it's a COVID related thing. But
Oh, the IR?
so
No, IR is 3 weeks.
is it 3 weeks still?
Yep,
All
I
right.
think yeah.
So
That's the
I
last
mean,
I heard.
I guess they think he might come back, but the last time I heard it was still a 3 week injury
Yeah,
unless he can come back. But I doubt they're going to rush him because they were already had him on a sort of a count before because of his knee injury. So I don't think they're going to rush him back at all.
those damn knees, man. They seem to be an aching for everyone these days, especially around the NFL. So yeah, fire up old Chubba Bubba. Get him out on the waiver wire. And it looks
Oh,
like
interception.
breaking news. We got a pick six. Tavon Diggs.
Whoop, whoop.
Oh my gosh. Okay. This is gonna make life interesting. All right, let's move on here. 24-7, or no, sorry, 24-9. Carolina wins. They're now 3-0 and atop the division. Good to see. Good to see them getting some good love there. Moving on to the next one, we got your rival Washington Redskins going
Washington.
against the Buffalo
Yeah.
Bills, which I didn't see this happening, but I figured Buffalo would kind of run away with it. As
Yeah, I
they,
thought Washington would show up a little bit better on defense, but they're not stopping the run. They've never been able to stop the pass, but they were supposed to have a good run defense, and it's just been
yeah,
nothing. And they're not getting any pressure up and to the quarterback. So yeah, he had his day. He could do anything he wanted as far as Josh Allen goes,
yeah, the
and he did.
front seven, yeah, they're supposed to be one of the top rated defenses. I know I picked them up in earlier rounds of the draft. Like maybe, I usually wait to the last round or two, but I heard they were supposed to be good. So I already dropped them like a bad habit. But yeah, you got Zach Moss that actually kind of showed up, did 13 rushes and 60 yards, and let's see, didn't he catch some passes and a touchdown? Yep, three catches for 31 yards and a tutty. And whoa, Cole Beasley, man, like he must have been vaxxed or something. Did he get vaxxed yet?
Not that I know of. I don't know if they let him back on. They just let him on the team, I guess. But
I guess
I
they
don't
let
think he's.
anyone in Buffalo these days. You got 11 receptions for 98 yards and no touchdowns though. I mean, I guess old Manny Sanders was that stole the life of the party there, Mr. Vulture.
Yeah.
Um,
Beasley's always the third down back and the open field back, or as far as receivers go. He's not once they get into the 20s, it's going to be some tall receiver or Josh Allen just running it in.
yeah, another mediocre showing from Diggs, Tavon's brother. Just had 6 receptions, 62 yards. So I think in the next coming weeks, it seems like Josh Allen might have found his groove. I think Stella got his groove back, and he's going to be throwing it a lot more to his alpha receiver and Stephon Diggs. So I'll be excited to see what happens there. So yeah, another strong performance from the Buffalo O as well as their D. Although Washington really didn't have much. Tyler Heineke's he's showing up for good. To backfill Fitzpatrick with best he can. He's not doing a terrible job. Had some really probably it seems like blown coverage there for Antonio Gibson on his one catch for 73 yards in the
73
score.
yards, yeah.
I'm not complaining about that as I have him in one of my
Do you
leagues.
have him in your leagues?
But yeah, as far as tight ends, mine's not tight at all. But this Logan Thomas guy is catching 4 balls and he got another score, so he might be one
Yeah,
of the
Logan
top five
Thomas is the
now.
only one on that team worth having at this point. He's shown up in all three of their games.
Logan Thomas or McLaurin?
Yeah, Logan Thomas.
Oh, well, you can't forget Scary Terry now. He's got 4
Yeah, but
catches for 62. Yeah, you got 10 points. But
yeah, but he showed up in this game. But I think he got like 2 catches in the last game,
well, I think
didn't
he was probably shadowed by one of the top guy over there in Buffalo too. He
Well,
probably showed him down pretty good, and he still got 62 yards out of it. So that's not bad. Um, Nothing really much here. I mean, Antonio Gibson, like to see his carries get increased. He's only got 12 this game, but at least J.D. McKissick didn't screw it all up like he did last week for me. But he still did 3 carries for 23 yards. But yeah, Washington, this was a tough game for them. I'd like to see them turn it around, which we'll talk about upcoming week, week 4, and the matchups and what to kind of look out for at the end of the episode here. But yeah, 21-43, Buffalo takes it, and I think they're one of the. I think we'll have to check the divisions. I think they're at the top there too. Any
yeah,
injuries
they're
that
there.
came out of this one?
Not for either team. They
Okay.
were. They both came out fairly unscathed.
Oh, well, amen to that. All right, well, let's move along while we still can then. Oh, no, Chicago and
Chicago and
Cleveland. Well,
Cleveland.
well, well. Okay. I figured the Browns would kind of take care of business here, but not
I didn't
not
think
to
it'd be
this
like this.
degree.
I was hoping Fields would get in the game, and he didn't show up at all.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean,
I
I thought
have
he was going to do a lot better showing than what
I
he
think all of Chicago thought so too.
had. Six of
Um,
20 for 68 total yards. That's just ridiculous.
I think I heard somewhere that he had more sacks than completions, which is true. But he was sacked 9 times and he only completed 6 balls.
Six
I
balls.
think he had a total net yardage of 1 yard.
Good Lord.
Yeah, that's correct. He was sacked 9 times for 67 yards. and he threw 6 passes completed for 68 yards. So yeah, he had 1 yard of passing. I think that was the record book since I think last time I heard it was 2009 when someone from the Bengals. I know Carson Palmer was the quarterback then, but I think he might have gone out or something and early.
Actually had a negative yardage.
Yeah, yeah. Or no, that I don't even
Good
think it
Lord.
had any. I think they just ran the ball the whole time.
No.
Um,
Yeah, see, I mean, Chicago couldn't even run the ball. Montgomery had 10 carries for 34 yards.
yeah,
I mean, you can't pass the ball because you can't run the ball. So
yeah. No, that was the thing. Everyone was excited for Robinson to maybe get his mojo back with Fields behind center.
no, so was I because he's on my fantasy team. He had a
But
total of 4 points.
I think for throwing the ball 20 times, he needs to run the ball more. That's what he was brought in there to do, to be kind of like an exciting scat back there, and didn't do it. So yeah, on the other side though, that's where all the offense was. We had Odell Beckham's first game back, which is good to see him. He did not too shabby with 5 catches and 77 yards. I think the talk of the show though, it had to be Kareem Hunt. I mean, he had fewer carries than Nick Chubb by half, but he still had the more production than him, and he's the one that scored the touchdown. But he also put in 6 catches for 74 yards. Like it was the Kareem Hunt show for sure. Any takeaways from that one?
I mean, it is what it is. Chicago or Cleveland just drum rolled them.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at injuries here, looks like Cleveland had a cornerback exit the game with a calf injury. It doesn't say how serious it is. I don't see anything for.
Who was the cornerback?
Oh, Chicago had a whole bunch actually. Oh, Khalil Mack exited the game with a foot injury. That's something to watch. That was in. Oh, he did return in the second half. We'll see if that bothers him during the week, though.
Yeah, definitely something to watch for. Chicago, defense used to be something of the past, but now it's exactly what it is. It's although you had that big blockbuster trade with Khalil Mack, and you also had Akeem Hicks on the other side. They got a good rushing 7, the front 7, but their secondary is just garbage since they traded Kyle Fuller over to, I think he went to Denver if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, this team is hurting for squirting. And again, we'll have to see who they're playing next week. They might have a kind of somewhat of a chance, but we'll see which one of the 3 quarterbacks they decide to go with, if not all 3 of them.
I would imagine they're going to be. If Andy Dalton's healthy, I imagine he's probably going to be back on the.
Red Rocket or Rifle, whatever they call him.
Yeah, he had a fairly good showing his first time out, but until he got injured, it's just. But I don't think he's gonna. I was hoping he would be out by this time, and Fields would have shown good, but it's just.
Yeah, I think it's
unless they give him another chance, but after that showing, I doubt they will.
I think they need to get Matt Nagy out of the office for one thing, but yeah, I bet they'll give Fields another chance. Just it was too soon for him. All right, so moving on to the next one. Oh my gosh, this was talk about the slob knocks. Got the Baltimore Ravens and the Detroit Lions.
After Baltimore showed up so well against the Chiefs, they did nothing against Detroit.
They did nothing, and then what do you call him? Golden Child, Justin Tucker, man, saved the day. Like there's a lot of I think there's a lot of drama that happened at the end of this one too. If you noticed, I believe that kick should have never happened.
I didn't see that.
There was a delay
of game,
there? But it wasn't.
Oh, was it a delay of game?
There was a delay of game, but it wasn't called because the refs didn't see it.
Wow.
And so yeah, that kick should have never happened. And then the fourth,
he would have just kicked a 70 yarder then.
It'd been a 71 yarder, yeah. I don't think, if the way that it hit that crossbar, I don't think he would have made it on the 71.
No, he wouldn't have made it. Even if it was another foot more, he wouldn't have made it.
But damn, like not to take away though, I mean Justin Tucker, congratulations, man. The NFL record, 66-yard field goal as time expires. That's awesome. But Lamar even keeping it alive. I think it was like 4th and 19, and he threw a pass, and luckily it wasn't to Marquise Brown because that guy had stone hands all day. I think he had like 3 drop passes in the end zone.
That was a game he was supposed to be coming out as far as his best showing of the season.
Yep.
He-
Nope. Sammy Watkins saved his ass, and then Justin Tucker saved the game. So yeah, 19-7, man. That's a heartbreak for the Detroit Lions. I think they might actually have a good shot next week. Which again, I'm kind of looking at who they're playing, and we'll go into that here shortly. But all in all, same rules apply. What was surprising though is Latavius Murray did get more rushing attempts than Tyson.
Yeah, I know. And I put Tyson in, and
I
he didn't show
I
up
have
for me.
Lat Murray if you want him.
I have them both in my other league. I picked up both of them, and then so I'm not taking either one of them at this point.
I'm just kidding. But no, Mark Andrews, he put up a performance. Don't you have him too? 5
I do
catches
have
for
him.
109 yards.
He's saving my tight end room for sure.
Yep. And then good to see Swift not being a questionable status that he was all week. Got some good rushing, 14-47. Jamal had 12 for 42. He also Swift had some catches, 7 for 60. No touchdowns yet though. I mean, I'm wanting to see some more touchdowns for him for sure. The big I guess what Baltimore was just mainly focusing on is shutting down T.J. Hawkinson because man, he only had from after the past 2 weeks that he has been putting up some big numbers. He only put up 2 catches for 10 yards.
Oh wow!
So yeah, he did not fit the bill, but. Once if they can get a little bit more production, then maybe they can start winning some games. I expect them to kind of pick it up here towards the end. But
I don't know. I just don't believe in Goff. Even as a game manager, he's just not.
That's why I mean
there.
McVay, like he was ready to get rid of him. He was giving him like all kinds of first round picks just to get rid of him.
Yeah.
Any injuries out of this one?
Yeah.
No. Okay.
I don't believe so.
All right, just Josh.
I didn't see any.
Well,
just
1917 was the final there. Baltimore barely squeaked by. And let's see what we have on the slate next. We have Indianapolis and Tennessee. Well, I guess it was another Derrick Henry showing, of course. I mean, that's where I think they figured it out. Like, that's where they're getting all their points, all their yards, all their wins.
And yeah, I don't think it took much to figure that out.
It's pretty much on the beast's shoulders, right? 28 carries or 113 yards. Open up some lanes for the passers. I do know of a specific injury that happened here, which probably had a lot of people pissed off in the fantasy world, but
Yep.
we are human people. So I think he only had, did he have any catches? Nope, no catches. He was targeted early and he left early.
He left in the first quarter. Yeah, he was gone in the first quarter, and so never came back. A.J. Brown has a hamstring injury. He's probably, I would imagine, with a hamstring injury, he's out for at least this week, if not 2 weeks.
You think so? Yeah.
Usually, for somebody who's, especially a receiver that needs to burst, it takes him forever to come back. Especially if he didn't come back in that game and wasn't able to return, he's probably going to be out for, I would say, at least 2 weeks, if not more.
Well, let's hope him have a speedy recovery. I know he's a big asset to the team there, especially in the receiving core. But I guess we need to rely more on Julio. But we'll see how that goes. 3 catches, 47 yards. I don't know who this Westbrook guy is, but he had 4 catches for 53 yards and a touch. So, I don't know. Maybe he's going to be a good A.J. Brown replacement in the next couple of weeks. People want to go over there on the waiver. But it was surprising to see Carson Wentz actually playing with 2 busted ankles. I thought the human body only has 2 ankles. And he's busted them all.
Yeah, but you've seen Wentz play. He doesn't move much. He moves about 4 steps in each direction. That's about it.
I see him on the ground a lot.
Yeah.
But he only took 2 sacks this time, 194 yards, no touchdowns. Very, very boring game this was. It must have been to watch. Luckily, I didn't. But Jonathan Taylor, I mean, they need to utilize him a lot better. If he only got 10 carries, apparently he's doing something with them with 64 yards. But, of course, Nyheim Hines, the scat back, is the one that gets all the glory with the touchdown. Michael Pittman obviously is probably Wentz's favorite target. He got 6 catches for 68 yards. Hines again for 5 catches there too. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's really anything else from this game. Like I said, a very boring game. It's unfortunate that AJ was out. Derrick
There's
Henry's going
quite
to
a few
run.
injuries on the Colts side that they're going to affect their offense even more.
Oh,
Quentin
yeah.
Nelson, which is their primary guard, he's ruled out. He was carted off the field with a high ankle sprain, and so he's not. It didn't. X-rays were negative, so it means not broken. But it's high ankle sprains are always bad, especially
Yeah.
for guards.
Linger. Yep, they linger. Just like the Cranberries. But he's also the one that had the issue with Carson at the beginning. What was it? He had like some sort of surgery, right? Back surgery or
Yeah,
something?
the foot. I thought they were both feet. No,
Feet?
that was a different guard for that.
But it was the
Somebody else
same.
had
That's what they were
foot
worried
surgery.
about. Jonathan Taylor's value, like that's why his name plummeted on the draft boards, is because both Carson and Quentin Nelson, which is their top rated bat or lineman, was out, and they didn't know if they were going to be back for week
Yeah,
one.
I think it were they were both had feet problems. I don't remember what exactly they were, but they both had injured feet.
Okay.
And now with a high ankle sprain, that didn't help.
Well, injury analyst, I'll take your word for it. 16 to 25 here. Tennessee with another win. I mean, it's going to be basically between them and nobody to take over that division. So at this rate, hey, at least the Texans are in second place, I think now. Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, the Jaguars have not won a game yet either. So hey,
Yeah,
we're still in this. This might be the new NFC East.
that is a train wreck.
Yep. Tennessee.
Yeah, I know. I think the NFC East still owns the category for the lowest one.
Well, no. Speaking of, I mean, we're down with 27-7 already. All right.
Yep.
Well,
Nobody's done anything since that interception.
yeah, including the Eagles, which another flag. Okay, 27-7, third quarter, 9:50 left.
Oh,
I'm really,
my God.
I just want to get. I'm just trying to win
Oh, that
some
was the
money.
timeout.
That's all. I just want to win some money.
I'm not. I wouldn't be very hopeful at this point. Do you win any money for second or third place?
No, overall I do.
No.
But I will say I did do my first DFS lineup ever on DraftKings this week.
Oh, nice.
I was pretty proud of myself, and I only did 2 entries. I think I spent a total of $4. No, I only spent $1 because I got a credit promo for $3 entry. So I spent $1 and I won $4. So
Nice.
winning. Winning. So yeah, I don't know. I need to get more into that, I guess. I don't know.
I've never tried it. Just the daily ones.
It's weird, man. It's weird. It's definitely interesting though. I just don't want to get in trouble. My addictive personality. Ah. All right. So this game, woo! Chargers and the Chiefs, man. Oh man, that was a good catch. That was a good catch. This game though was the one I was waiting for, and Patty Mahomes, man, he needs a line. Like he needs something. I'm surprised they didn't target that more in the offseason with that being the main issue in the Super Bowl.
Well, they were supposed to have an upgraded line. They did target it in the offseason. But that line that they picked up, it was supposed to be a completely upgraded line, and it just has done nothing for them.
Yeah. No. I mean,
of course, they played some really fairly good teams, too. I mean, the loss to Baltimore last week was just a shootout.
right.
And they just caught Lamar Jackson on his best night ever. And then the Chargers are a really good team. I was expecting more of a shootout than it ended up being, but
it was definitely a one-sided shootout.
Huh?
It was definitely a one-sided shootout. Well, Mahomes
They
did give
both
up
put
3.
up they both put up points, but I was expecting even more than that.
Mike Williams, man, electric. 7 catches, 122 yards, and 2 tutties. That was good, man. He's good to see him not being on the injury report, unless you tell me he is now. But
I don't think he is.
But
Just
yeah.
Justin Herbert out of that one.
Oh,
But that
Herbert.
was just his throwing hand. But he said according to him, he says he's fine.
Was it on fire? Is that what was wrong with it? His throwing
Yeah,
hand?
it was too good.
But no, it was another another outstanding performance from my boy Eckler, man. 11 runs, 55 yards to tack on to 6 receptions, 52 yards and a score. Also, Keenan Allen doing Keenan Allen things, 8 receptions, 50 yards and a touch as well. Jared Cook is still somewhat alive and in the mix. 2 catches, 27 yards. It's your standard tight end production. So yeah, I'd like to see good things coming from them all year long as everyone's healthy. I like to keep Eckler healthy because he's a small guy and he's going to take some big hits. So
He's generally pretty durable, though. He knows how to get down when he has to.
yeah,
The only other injury for that one, though, Kansas City has a cornerback. I don't know, Rashad Fenton. Couldn't tell you if he's actually that good or not, but he has a concussion.
oh, concussed. Okay, yeah, he'll be
Yeah.
back in a week or two. But
Yeah.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire finally woke up. 17 carries, 100 yards, good for him. Couple catches and a score. What's interesting though is Tyreek only had 5 catches for 56 yards, which
I
sounds
know.
like a decent day for most, but for him, not so much.
Not for
Um,
my fantasy league, it was not.
right? Yeah, yeah. Well, you got Kelsey. He didn't score a touchdown, but he still got 20 points almost. Seven catches and 104 yards. I think Tyreek though. I think he was actually on the sidelines quite a bit, from what I understand. I didn't. I didn't. I
Yeah.
guess I didn't see him. Wasn't paying much attention whenever he was off the field. But yeah, I think that's might be why McCole Hardman got in there a lot of times. Well, 3 receptions, 33 yards and a score. But speaking of scores, Zach Ertz 3 yard
Zach Ertz
touchdown.
just scored.
Thank
He's on my
goodness.
fantasy league, too, just sitting on my bench.
Yeah, Zach Ertz. No one really thought much. He's one of those guys that you just want to kind of disappear. Like if you're gonna have Dallas Goddard, like you're not gonna be productive like the old Gronk and Aaron Hernandez combo was. Um,
I
so
actually thought Ertz would have a good year just because of Dallas Goddard. I figured all the Dallas Goddard's going to get all the attention, leaving Ertz open kind of like that one, where he was wide open.
I mean, I know why you want to have 2 tight ends, but not 2 receiving tight ends. Like you usually have a tight end that is like your stud receiver, right? Like Kelsey or Andrews or like your athletic one, Fant. But then if you have another tight end, it's your bruiser, your pass block guy. So
Yeah, but the league has gone away from the bruising, just blocking tight ends.
yeah,
They need them running routes.
well, good for Ertz. Hurts to Ertz. There you go. All right, so anyway, back to the subject here. Los Angeles Chargers moved to 2-1, 30-24. It was a heck of a game. We'll be seeing more of those. My boy Mahomes, you'll get there, buddy. You'll get there. We'll get you probably next week. A win, and I ain't fretting it. You'll get up there. All right, moving on. Saints and Patriots, which I did not see this happening. I understand the Saints were missing a lot of people last week as far as the staff goes.
Yeah, they all had COVID. Yeah.
Right. But, and that's the other thing too, not to rehash, but the Baltimore team, right? Like they had a lot of their people out, which is why I almost picked the Lions to win on that game too. But, that you saw how close that one was. But
Yeah.
now with the Saints back in, with their full staff, I guess this is the second game in Foxborough where they're normally really tough to defeat. I don't think they've won a game yet. Goes to the stout defense of the Saints, picking on the rookie quarterbacks again. I mean, I think another big hit that you might mention here in a second is James White going down.
Yeah.
I think
It doesn't really have an update on him. It's just carted off with a hip injury.
Yeah,
He was ruled out quickly, which it's not a good sign.
I think I saw somewhere it was like some sort of it was a big word that I didn't understand. I'm not in the medical field, so something to do with hip, and it said out indefinitely, and so I don't know if that means I don't like that word. I don't know what indefinitely like until when next week or all year or IR. I mean, I think he's going to be out probably at least 6 weeks. Just guessing.
Yes,
And yeah, with that muddled backfield, like I don't know if I want to touch that one. I know
I
there's
don't generally touch the backfield of the Patriots, anyways. Even before that one, James White was the only one that's even possible, but beyond him,
right. And what's weird is I just traded. I had James White, and I traded him and Robert Woods and Juju for Cortland Sutton and Antonio Gibson, maybe. No, not Cortland Sutton. Anyway, and yeah, like all those guys got injured.
yeah. I just found the update. So the word you were looking for was subluxation. So that means he partially dislocated his hip.
Oh, yeah. All he has to do is locate it, right? And
Yeah, and hope that it doesn't lose blood supply and completely die. But yeah, so hopefully
okay.
not. That's what That's what ended Frank Thomas's career. He dislocated his hip.
It's a big word.
Subluxed his hip.
Frank Thomas, big hurt, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jameis, man. So yeah, they put up 28 points. He only threw 21 times. He only completed 13 passes for 128 yards, 2 touchdowns. Like this is very boring. But Kamara, man, I guess he's just doing his thing. 24 carries, 89 yards, and throwing some catches there for a touchdown. Marcus Callaway, I'm glad to see him back on the radar again. Someone in one of my leagues dropped him. And you bet your sweet ass I picked him up off the waiver wire and stashed him on my bench. So yeah, good 14 points he gave me on my bench, but it's all right. It's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, meh. What's going to be exciting to see next week, which we'll go over that again, like I keep mentioning, is that they finally get to go back to New Orleans after all the hurricane stuff. So that'll be good. I think they're going to be excited for that, and I think they might actually make a big push.
What was the fire that happened at the New Orleans, the Superdome? There was a fire in there as well.
Yeah,
I didn't actually see the story on that one though.
Yeah. Well, the that year that they won the Super Bowl was the year of Katrina, I think.
Oh
Or
yeah.
the year after may have been like the devastation. Back to New England though, I want to mention too Jacoby Myers, man. I think he's the go-to as well, the slot, especially with James White going out. He might be the guy to own for fantasy.
I own him in our league or my other league. I need him. He was sitting on my bench this week too. So
yep, definitely.
I need to move
probably
him
think
up.
about playing him. 9 catches, 94 yards. Just needs to get that score. Whoever this Byrne guy is needs to go away. I know he was probably picked up from the 49ers. Anyway, yeah, mediocre performance. Oh, this week, that's right. New England's playing Tampa Bay. Yeah, good luck, Bill Belichick. Good luck. You're gonna lose your ass on that one.
That'll be an interesting game to watch.
Yeah, it'll be fun. But Tom Brady, he's gonna go in there lights out, especially after losing this last game. They're all gonna be fired up.
Well, Gronk got it. Well, we haven't got there, but Gronk was injured in that game.
Gronk, yep. He was pretty concussed, right?
I believe so. I think it was a concussion.
He looked, he looked a little wonky. Gronky looked wonky when he got up. He needed to get help up. But I'm sure he'll be fine. That's his boy. This one here, the Falcons and Giants. Falcons squeaked it out, 17-14. I figured the Giants had a better defense to stop them with his mediocre, like below subpar offense of Atlanta these days. Matt Ryan, I mean, I don't know. I think it's time to retire. I think.
Yeah, I was about to say it's time to move on. I don't even think they've drafted anybody though.
They didn't. That's the thing. That's the problem. They're stuck with them all year. And so that's why, maybe they'll try to get Deshaun Watson, but I don't think anyone wants that PR rep.
Oh, Cowboys just did nothing with the ball.
Oh, was that a punt?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's almost
man.
blocked.
Almost blocked the punt. Okay. Where are we still at here? 27-14. Are we still in the third quarter?
I believe so.
Okay, good. We need to score a touchdown. All right.
No, we don't.
Cordero Patterson, man, this guy just won't go away. What I do like about the Yahoo League that we're in, I picked him up. He can be played as a running back or a wide receiver, which is cool. But he does not need to be running the ball. He's like 6'13" and 400 pounds. Like he's not a runner. He just needs to catch the ball and do what he's supposed to. Like,
He needs to catch the ball in the end zone is what he needs to be doing.
Well, yeah, I mean anybody does, except for Zacchaeus, like whoever the hell that is. Like, he doesn't need to catch the ball in the end zone. My boy Ridley's getting bored. Kyle Pitts, they need to start using him. Like they drafted him high. 2 catches of 35 yards. Piss poor. I guess I was shocked though that that Falcons ended up winning because Barkley, man, he's back. Barkley is back. I think he's gonna get better and better. I think they're just trying to shake the dust off.
He's still. I mean, he had 16 carries for 51 yards.
Right,
wouldn't
which
call that bad.
it's not a good average. That's 3 something a carry, but
Yeah. I mean, he also has a horrible offensive line, so he has no help. But
yeah. I think another one someone else got injured. Oh, their cornerback or something tore an ACL. Someone on defense is busted up. But speaking of busted up, Galladay came back too. He's getting better and better. I think that little rant, that little whiny fit that he had, might have done some good.
he's yelling at his quarterback. Supposedly, he wasn't yelling at his quarterback. He was just.
I think it was the coaches.
Yeah. Yeah, Blake Martinez, the linebacker, suffered the knee injury.
Yeah, Martinez, that's right.
And Sterling Shelford has a hamstring injury, and Darius Slayton has a hamstring injury.
That's right. That's right.
So they got
Kenny
no
Galladay, baby.
Yeah.
Fire him up. Him and Saquon Barkley, and I think Ingram's going to be coming back and shaking off the dust from last time. He might be good to go too. Yeah, Daniel Jones is going to be running for his life all year. He might be a good quarterback to have.
I mean, if he could actually get a little forward motion going, not running backwards.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and not stumbling when he runs. Actually get some good yardage and some scores. Man, these Eagles, they need to do something. All right. Boring
it's
game.
2:52 left in the third. That's what it is.
Oh, we got some time. We need to get a first down here, though. 17-14, boring game. Giants are now 0-3. Gives the Cowboys a little bit more breathing room.
Right where they need to be.
Right. This one, the Bengals and Steelers, like I initially had picked the Bengals to win, but then I saw that Big Ben was so he's going to play, and so I moved it over to Pittsburgh, and
the problem is best receiver was out, so
yeah, he was out, but he also had Najee Harris catch 14 balls, so I think that was a record. Or 19.
I mean, that means no balls went to any receivers. What's the problem? I mean, like his receivers did nothing. Everything was just he was so quick. He had to get it out so quick out of the backfield because he has no offensive line either. Well, he has no help either.
He's got no arm. He's got a noodle arm.
Yeah, that's true.
He's got one big noodle. Not that kind, but yeah.
You don't know, he might.
He did throw for 318 yards, but they were all probably checked down Charlie's.
100 of those, 102 of those went to Najee Harris.
Yeah. Yep. 9 catches for Claypool, 96 yards. Okay. All right. Whoever this Freiermuth is, I guess he's the tight end. He got the only touchdown. Another boring showing from them. Bengals, man, they look good as long as Burrow stays healthy. I can see them putting up some points, and I think they got a little bit better offensive line. They got a little bit better defense going. The young Bucks. So I think
Chase had his showing out for his rookie season.
Yes.
Mixon didn't get any touchdowns, which I needed.
Yes, yeah, he got two of them. Four catches, 65 yards, and two touchdowns. And then, yeah, I'm glad I picked him up. Joe Mixon, 18 carries, 90 yards. That's a little bit less than his normal average of 32, but it's all right. I think with Burrow being healthy and kind of pass around the ball, running a little himself, might take a little heat off of Mixon. I think we're going to be a pretty solid offense. I think they're going to be pretty good. It's going to be them and the Browns, I think, that take over. Oh, wait, no, you got the Ravens still, too.
Yeah, that's probably the hardest division.
That might be the hardest, yeah. But we'll see.
I mean, between the AFC West and the AFC North, the NFC used to be the cream of the crop, and they just suck at this point.
Yeah. I think with what was the Saints, was the Packers, the 49ers, it's not this year. Hey, man, I think – oh, wait, you got the Rams? It's going to be either the Rams or the Cardinals. Someone out of the West is going to go to the Super Bowl. That's what my prediction is. Either the Rams
or the Cardinals? Or San Francisco is still in there, too.
Yeah.
And the NFC West, I guess, is a pretty good division.
I don't know about San Francisco, man. All right, next. 24-10, Bengals win. Speaking of, Arizona, 31-19. I mean, they're on fire. I wouldn't say it's much of the coaching. God forbid, Cliff Kingsbury, my man, but he's yeah. What's the point of trying to kick a 68-yard field goal with Prater? I mean, that didn't make sense to me. But they did play the Jaguars, so really no much doing there. James Robinson finally showed up, 15 carries, 88 yards, and a score. Marvin Jones still the favorite target, 6 catches, 62 yards. Shenault Shenaulting up with 4 catches and 48 yards. James Robinson also with 6 catches, 46 yards. DJ Chark is another good target, 3 catches, 49 yards, and a score. But, man, the other side, D-Hop, man, yeah, thanks for showing up and participating and maybe being a decoy or whatever. But, bro, like 3 catches for 21 yards, get out of here. A.J. Green. You remember that guy? You remember A.J. Green?
I do. He used to be good.
Wow. I didn't even think I thought he was dead. He had five catches and 112 yards.
102 yards. I know.
And then Christian Kirk still doing good things, 7 with 104. James Conner stealing some scores away from Edmonds, which I figured he would. He's the goal line back.
I know. He's ruining my. I have Edmonds too, which he had a good game for the most part, but he had some fairly good points, but it was because he has a lot of catches. But
yeah, 7 for 49, yeah, and then 11. Yeah, I mean. He's never been a runner to me. 11 carries for 26 yards. I think that's why they brought in Connor for sure. They needed someone a little bit bigger. But, what's surprising is Kyler Murray, he didn't have any scores. He didn't throw any touchdowns. He threw 316 yards, no touchdowns, and 1 interception. Very weird. But, well, we don't need to really talk about this game too much. 31-19, Cardinals win.
Pretty much anybody going against Jacksonville this year, I think, is going to be almost an automatic win.
Light them up. Yep. Any any injuries from this one?
Let me look.
Besides Hopkins, questionable and.
Not really. I mean, you got Justin Pugh as a back injury, as an offensive lineman, and Justin Murray, which I'm not even sure who that is. I don't know if that's another offensive lineman or not. Both of them left early. That's for the Cardinals. For Jacksonville, another tackle, and suffered a right shoulder injury, but none of it looks serious. It's just naggy stuff.
Okay. All right. Thanks for that report. How many more of these games we got here? Because I'm getting tired of glancing at this Cowboys game. I'm just getting more and more pissed off and ready to go to bed or drink some more. Let's see. Jets and Broncos, 26-0. I mean, Broncos D, they're going to start getting some tougher games, but man, get them while you can. Melvin Gordon outperformed Javonte this time. They both had scores. Looks like Javonte had a little bit more on the passing game though. Tim Patrick, who's out right now? Who's it? Jerry Jeudy. So Tim Patrick, Cortland Sutton doing the huge. I know there's an injury there. Teddy Bridgewater, didn't throw any scores, but I don't really think he needed to. I think this is just a ground and pound with the Jets.
That game got out of hand so quick. They just kept running the ball at that point. And the Jets, I mean, they had nothing as far as offensive goes.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see this Michael Carter guy do something. Let's see. Corey Davis, 5 catches, 41 yards. Keelan Cole. They were missing. Who were they missing?
They're missing Crowder still, but
yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I don't think Crowder is going to be enough to give them anything. Their offensive line is so bad that he's running for his life the whole time. How many sacks were in that game? Or did he actually get rid of the ball?
5 times.
Okay.
But still, 19 catches, 160 yards, 2 interceptions, 19.7 quarterback rating. That's
19.
Yeah, that might be one of his best ones yet. There is though. I think there was one injury though on Denver. Was it KJ Hamler?
KJ Hamler's ruled. Yeah, he has a knee injury.
Yep, torn ACL if I'm not mistaken too. So fire up Cortland Sutton, baby. Here we go. Good thing I got him. So yeah. Anyway, 26-0. No contest there. Denver Broncos win. They are the top of the division with. They need to get any kind of wins they can get with the Chiefs in there. So. All right, Miami and Las Vegas. This was a very close one. I didn't expect that with Jacoby Brissett.
Las Vegas is a real deal.
Would have done any better, but Peyton Barber showing up, 23 carries, 111 yards, back from the dead, 1 touchdown. And Brian Edwards and Henry Ruggs, Hunter Renfrow coming out of just left field for the season. He's like the Wes Welker, Danny Amendola, style receiver. So maybe he can get some good usage there. 5 catches, 77 yards in the score. I think was this Will Fuller's first game back? I think it was. 3 catches, 20 yards, very subpar. But maybe it'll be better next time. I don't know if you have. You probably didn't watch any of this one either, huh?
I did not watch that one at all.
Yeah. I mean, to my knowledge, Las Vegas came back. Was that? Yeah, that was an overtime. That's right. A bunch of field goals. They got lucky there, but cream always rises.
I'm impressed by the Raiders this year. I think they're one of the teams to beat until Carr falls apart. But till then, they're going to be a good team.
Well, I think they actually have some decent receiving core. I mean, of course, you got Darren Waller, right? He's basically like the Kelsey for the team.
Oh yeah.
Their running backs. I mean, without Jacobs, Barber filled the void pretty well, but I think they're still. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it, but they're still missing a piece. I think. So we'll see. I mean, yeah, good for them. They're 3-0, top of the division against the Chiefs. So, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see how their defense holds up once they play an actual
man.
better team. So.
He took a big hit. All right. So 31-28. We got a few more games here on slate, and plus the final recap. This was another great game. I actually picked this one though. The Rams and Bucks. Tom Brady, man, he's just 432 yards. He's very accurate, but he only got a chance to score 1 score.
You actually picked the Rams over the Bucks for this one, huh?
I sure did, man. I think I think with Stafford's a little different than type of back than quarterback than Goff. He doesn't.
Oh, for sure.
4 touchdowns, 343 yards for him. So I mean, people are saying he might be running for the MVP this year. So as long as he keeps that back healthy, and upright. Even with like Sony Michel, they don't have really much of a running back or a running core yet. Sony might take some time to get used to that playbook, but
Yeah.
I think just knowing that the Buccaneers have a really stout front seven, and their secondary is missing a few components due to injury. And I think that's why I picked the Rams, because that's all they are, is they're a pass heavy team. And they have a really strong defense. So yeah, it was a good, really good game. 34-24, Rams again 3-0, Tampa Bay 2-1. But yeah, going into Foxborough next week, and I think they're going to take care of business. And the Bill Belichick boys. This is where you were talking about Gronkowski. Who was the other one? Is there any other injuries?
For the Buccaneers, only cornerback Jamal Dean. Oh, but he's got a knee injury. I didn't see how bad his is. How bad's his problem here?
Fournette, I figured would have a better game than he did, but I'm tired of relying on him. Who's number one? They just scored a touchdown. Who's number one?
That's Thomas or something like that.
Cedric Wilson, you mean?
Wilson, I mean, not Thomas.
Dang it, man. I was going to pick him for my, what do you call those? My captain flex lineups.
Is that on that?
Yeah,
whatever.
It's weird. Like, you pick a captain that gets 1.5 points, and you have a $50,000 budget, just like the other DFS stuff. And then you pick like 5 flex people. Like, they can be anybody. Like, either another quarterback or a running back, a kicker, a defense. Like, just 5 people. And it could be on either team.
Nice.
But the problem is, like, everyone's kind of pricey, so you're going to have to get a no-name person or two to complete your budget.
Good Lord.
All right, yeah, 24-34, Rams win.
A little update on my Yahoo matchup here. It's 129.15 to 129.9.
Oh yeah, who's winning?
I'm losing now because of the kicker.
Oh, the kicker?
He's actually. This is getting ridiculous.
But
he's got CeeDee Lamb and the kicker.
But who do you have? Prescott, right?
It's Prescott.
How many points per touchdown pass?
Yeah. This is our league. What is our league? 6 points?
Oh, our league?
Yeah.
Oh, our league. Okay, yeah, 6 points. No worries. It'll be all right. All right, next. This was another one that I flip-flopped on. Vikings and Seahawks. I had the Vikings first, and then I can't remember what. Oh, I saw Dalvin Cook was out, and so it's like, I don't think they can keep up with the pass attack. But apparently they did really well, especially with Tyler. Didn't Tyler Lockett go down?
Oh, I didn't see that.
I don't know if he went down or if he just was shut out. 4 catches for 31 yards. DK got his.
Yeah, DK did good. I was playing against him in both of my leagues, and he did really well. And then Matson, like I said earlier, he did exceptionally well for that game.
He needed to score a touchdown.
Yeah.
I know. I sadly could not pick him up in any of the leagues. I wouldn't mind having Cousins though for a quarterback, like just a strong, safe quarterback. Jefferson finally balled out, got his 9 receptions, 118 yards, and a score. Of course, Adam Thielen doing those Thielen things, 6 grabs, 50 yards, and a score. Tight end Conklin, okay, might be someone to look at on the waiver wire. KJ Osborne, the big hot waiver wire pickup last week was he fizzled out already, which that's fine. 2 catches for 26 yards. Yeah, I picked him up with Cordarrelle Patterson, but I figured he'll probably have another good game here in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, like this game, it just kind of after the first half, Seattle just fell apart. Like didn't have like a run game or something, They just couldn't.
Well, they just couldn't stop the. I mean, Minnesota went to Jefferson over and over and over, and couldn't stop him.
Yeah. Which I should have picked. Yeah, should have picked them. Damn. We'll see. Well, they're both 1-2, 30-17. Go Vikings. Go Skull. They were playing at home. Yeah, I can't really think of any other major takeaways from here except for how good Madison did.
Yeah, and then we'll see how
Jefferson.
Cook is next week. I haven't heard any updates on him, but I would imagine he'd be back unless his ankle injury is worse than they're saying.
Yeah, he needs to be back for all purposes.
Yeah.
Okay, 30-17. This one was another. Cause there was a lot of good close games this week. Green Bay and 49ers. This was Sunday Night Football slate. And Aaron Jones, 19 rushes, 82 yards, 1 touchdown. Devontae Adams.
Devontae Adams was the one showing out in that game.
12 catches, 132 yards, and a score. I think the guy I was playing against, who the reason I'm losing right now is because Devontae Smith or whatever caught his 1 catch that he needed to take me out. But yeah, no, it was he had Rodgers and he had the stack Rodgers and Adams.
Yeah, that's where my other league had Rodgers and Adams. So I lost that one by like 100 points.
Yep. Yeah, the stack. I mean, that's the dynamic duo. That's better than anything else in the league right now. Troy Sermon didn't really do much on the other side there, 49ers. It was kind of a boring game. Like I didn't really, I mean, as far as productivity, right? Like the rushing attack wasn't really there. Troy Sermon only did 10 carries, 31 yards, and a score. Garoppolo mediocre at best, 257 with 2 scores and an interception. Ayuk. Kittle caught 7 catches for 92 yards. Debo 5 for 52. Just very minimal. And I think it just basically came down to plays being had and made at the right key times. And Aaron Rodgers, like when they gave him the ball back with very little time left, to where Mason Crosby can go back and kick that 50-yard field goal.
Yeah, I mean he's done that how many times in his career? I know he's done it to the Cowboys every time they play. So
yeah, that hit home. Yeah. Yeah, no, they scored. They did a good job on that last drive, the 49ers, but that one, what was the play? Was it the Kittle? I can't remember. It was one of those things where like they probably should have like fallen down and not tried so hard to get into the end zone and just take a little bit extra time off the board. It might have been Kyle Juszczyk too. But anyway, I mean, it was a good showing. 49ers have got a decent team. Right. I think they lost another God, who was it? Josh Norman. I think he was in. Oh, he was spitting out blood or something. I think he had a punctured lung. And I didn't even realize Josh Norman was on their team. I thought he was still with the Redskins, but what do I know?
I didn't either.
I just make these recap videos for fun. And but yeah, no, he was spitting up blood, so we'll see what his status is for next week or two. Which it might be, if they're playing someone that likes to throw the ball, they might be in trouble there. We'll take a look at that here in a minute. So yeah, Green Bay, Mason Crosby, 51-yard field goal wins the game. The last seconds, 30-28 on the 49ers in the Levi's Stadium. Which brings us to Monday Night Football, and as you can see, the Eagles are just not doing anything right now. 34-14. We're in the fourth quarter. I think we've got like 10 minutes left. Someone's getting carted off the field right now. Which pretty much sums up the night. Sums up the night for the Eagles. Yeah, he's just on his heels. He's going backwards, and yep, Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. And hopefully it's not a torn ACL, which seems to be a trend these days. But yeah, Jalen Hurts is hurting. Dak Prescott's shooting them. And okay, who's that?
This is my year right here. This is gonna be the Cowboys' year. I say that every year, but hey.
Yep, you and every Cowboys fan. Let me tell you, it never gets old.
Except it was the first time.
Zeke is lighting it up. 17 carries for 95 yards and 2 scores so far. Even Pollard getting in there. 10 carries, 56. Who's got the catches? Schultz, man. 5 catches, 58 yards.
Schultz and Wilson. I think he's got some.
Wilson, he's got 2 catches for 17 yards and a score.
Oh, score. Yeah. Both of his catches have been, one was for a first down on a long third down and then a touchdown.
All right.
Timely catches, put it that way.
Let's do a quick preview for next week's matchup.
For next week.
As you can see, the score there is 34-14 in Dallas. Who cares? Next week, Thursday Night Football. Here's my word, man. We got that slobber knocker. The Jaguars and Bengals, baby. Fire them up. Fire them up.
Yeah, if you got Burrow and Mixon, which I got both, I may be firing them both.
What's funny is like they're saying a player to watch is Trevor Lawrence. Like maybe to see how bad he does. But
yeah,
I highly expect the Bengals to pull this one out. As you can see, they're favored by 7.5 right now. Then you got Washington and the Falcons. Maybe this is the Redskins' chance to turn it around. This would be a good game to do it on.
They're picked by 1.5. But is it at home?
It's
Washington
in
at
Atlanta.
Home? Oh, it's in Atlanta. I still got them picked. All right.
Yeah, it's in Atlanta, but I think they're gonna do it. Players to watch: Matt Ryan again for some reason. Antonio Gibson, Terry McLaurin, the usual suspects. Oh man, and then
How'd that?
I know it's late for me. All right, so who do you got on that? Washington, Atlanta.
I'm gonna take Washington actually on that one. I think they're gonna show up for that game because I mean it's more so the Falcons just are not gonna show up for that game. They just don't have enough offense. I don't think.
Yeah, I think you got more of a negative game script there than the positive one for the Washington for sure. I ditto that notion. Then you got Texans and Bills. Yeah, I mean, come on, let's be real. Sad to say. I don't even think.
Yeah.
Oh, the Houston does have Brandon Cooks as a player to watch. I'll give him that.
You might be able to take the Texans and the points because Buffalo is by 16.5.
Oh.
So.
Ooh, interesting.
That is a big line. Now, I fully think the Bills could cover it. But.
Well, I mean, I'll keep that in mind. Just remember, it's 16.5 right now. Let's see what it changes to over the week. But then we got the Lions and Tigers and Bears. Oh, my, in Chicago. I think the Lions might get their first win of the season here.
I think it all depends on who they pick for quarterback.
Yeah.
I actually think they could win the game if they played Dalton. I think if they do Fields again, he needs just more time to sit and watch, or just put him in like they did in the first couple of games in spots where he can run the ball.
Right, like kind of doing it with Trey Lance over in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's really the problem in this last game is that he didn't run the ball. Oh, dang. Is there about to be a brawl?
Always about to be a brawl when Eagles play the Cowboys. That was a late push.
Yeah, there's some shoving going on here.
Yeah, little Goddard got his hands on people.
Anywho.
Don't.
Bunch of girls. Yeah, throw the flag. Let's get a first down.
I know. I'm like, just get out of there. Oh, got it. What's going on over there? What's written?
I think Randy Gregory was pointing at the screen saying, "Yeah, look at the score. Look at the score." Oh, poor water boy, dude. Oh.
Yeah, you kind of got taken out. Right there.
Poor guy.
Oh, right in the fan. All right.
I think the refs are ready for this game to be over too.
Yeah, they're not even throwing a flag.
Lions and Bears. I don't know. I think the Lions might win. But if the Fields, they just need to run him. They need to use him on his legs more. This might be one of my upsets. Chicago's favored by 3. I might pick the upset on this one.
Yeah.
Next week, got Panthers and Cowboys. Cowboys favored by 4. This is it's kind of a toss-up.
I think it's going to be a close game. Depending on if McCaffrey's still out, I think Cowboys will take it. I mean, but if McCaffrey's there, I think it could go either way.
He's going to be there. I think it's going to be
I don't think he is either.
Show.
Cowboys have been fairly good against the run.
Yeah, again, I mean, I figured they would win this game. I was really just hoping they weren't, just for my own personal betting sake. Oh yeah, that was a great hold. Way to hold, way to decline, way to lose the game. Ugh.
He was just giving him a hug.
Anyway, I think the Cowboys are probably going to pull this one off. They're going to hand Panthers the first loss. I think they're overrated. Sam doesn't really even use but 2 targets. One of those is now gone. Just got to basically shut down DJ Moore. That's it. But yeah, I say Cowboys take it. Want to wrap this thing up pretty quick here now. I'll just kind of breeze through this. Colts and Dolphins. I think the Dolphins might actually win. Depends on how Carson Wentz's ankles are feeling.
Yeah, I would take the Dolphins in that one as well.
Although it has all 3 players to watch are the Colts, so we'll see. Browns and Vikings. This might be a really good one for the week. Browns are favored by 2. Depends on who shows up. I mean, it's in Minnesota. I think Vikings might be on roll. Hopefully Cook is back. Oh man!
Hopefully Cook is back, because if Cook is back, it'll make that game a lot better. If the Browns don't have to, they still got Mattson, which showed up well, but he has games where he shows up and then you just kind of lose him. And so, if he's there, I think it'll be a good game.
This week, yeah. Vikings just don't have the defense. Browns have a defense, but the Vikings have a lot of firepower too.
Yeah,
might be a shootout. They're 53 over under, so yeah, they're 30 to 23 ish. No, that doesn't make sense. What would it be? 31 to
touchdown Schultz. So
again,
Prescott got another score.
All right. I guess I'm gonna have to go for Schultz on the waiver wire this week. I need a tight end bad. I think he's still out there. I had Jarwin. I dropped his ass. Oh, I think Schultz is the guy to have. Either that or Philly just looks that bad. Okay. Giants and Saints. Bad. Yeah, Saints all the way. Titans and Jets. Titans all the way.
Yeah, Jets are.
Chiefs and Eagles. Chiefs all the way.
Yeah.
Cardinals and Rams. That'll be a good one. The battle of the undefeateds. Rams are favored by 6.
Favored by 6?
Yeah. I think it's going to be a closer game than that.
Yeah, I think it'll be a lot closer than that. I think Cardinals will take it, personally. I think they'll give the Rams a loss. I think Murray will go off in that game.
He has just so many people to throw to.
Yeah. I just don't think he's used his legs that much this year either. And I think he will because the Rams have a fairly good pass rush, so he'll be out of the pocket a lot more than normal.
Yeah, running away from Aaron Donald.
Yep.
Okay. I'll have to take a look at that one. That'd be a good game. Seahawks 49ers. Didn't they already play this year?
I wouldn't think so.
I feel like they already played though. See, I think the 49ers are favored by 3. It's back they're at home, but something tells me, man, I think the Seahawks might pull the upset on this one. Maybe I was thinking they were going to pull up the upset on the Vikings, but I guess that wasn't an upset to begin with.
I would take the Seahawks on this one as well. I mean, the 49ers they're a mediocre team, but so are the Seahawks, I guess. But I just think Russell Wilson will pull it out.
I think it might just come down to the coaching. All right, Ravens Broncos. That's gonna be another good one to watch. Battle of the defensive fronts.
I would take Denver on this one. I just don't think
That's
Lamar Jackson
surprising.
has his up and down games too much, and he doesn't do well against a good defensive fronts. He's when he can run and when he has the opportunity just to run, he does very well because then he also opens up his passing lanes. But if you keep him in the pocket and he can't really get out, then he doesn't have a good enough arm to win a game for you.
His receivers need to catch the ball that's getting dropped right down into their
Well, that's true.
breadbasket.
I mean,
Which I
what are you
think
talking
will.
about Marquise Brown? He had a good game.
Yeah, I think Marquise Brown's going to be on the shit list for a week, but I think he'll probably step it back up. The thing though that I'm looking at too, though, I'm kind of leaning towards the Broncos as well, but more so because their head coach was the defensive steamroller from Pittsburgh. Can't remember his name. Vic Fangio, who was around the time of like James Harrison and Troy Polamalu and all those guys, and even longer than that. And I think he knows how to play against the Ravens, being in that division for a while. So he's kind of. Yeah. I think he's got to have a foot up. Steelers running a little over in time here. Steelers and Packers. I'll take the Packers. Steelers just look like dog shit right now.
Yep.
And as long as Aaron Rodgers doesn't cry, then we'll be all right. And of course, then Sunday Night Football being the Buccaneers and Patriots. Obviously, Tom Brady's return to Foxborough and the Bill Belichick Stadium, and
Bucks will take it easily.
Yeah, obviously this is going to be an embarrassment. This is going to be like a homecoming for Tom Brady. Yeah. They're going to roll out the red carpet for him, and he's just going to shove it all the way down their throat. It's going to be great. I'm happy for Tom Brady. And then you got the Raiders and Chargers for Monday night.
That's going to be a good game.
Okay, I'll take the Chargers hands down right now. They're favored by 3.5. But I
think it's going to be closer than hands down. I think the Raiders will stay in there. I don't know. I don't know if they would win, but I think Raiders might cover. I think it's going to be a 2 to 3 point game, kind of like the rest of their games have been this year.
All right, mark that down. Okay.
I mean, you saw what the Cowboys did to the Chargers. So, I mean, Raiders are.
What did the Cowboys do to the Chargers, Josh?
I'm talking about their passing. They had no run game in that game. All they did was throw the ball, and that's all the Raiders do.
What was that? What was that, week 2?
That was week 2.
Let's see. Was it like 20-17 or something like that?
Yeah, but all of their scores or yards were in the passing game. Which is where the Raiders are going to do well with.
Well, yeah. Thanks to Zerline's 56-yard field goal on the last play, apparently. No.
Well, that was bad coaching. It could have been like a 30-yard field goal if we had any kind of coaching.
That's what's going to hurt them, the coaching. Anywho. All right, man. I'm going to let you get going. Everyone, thanks for joining again. Thanks Josh,
for having me.
Thanks for hopping on. Late hour. Guys, this is the week 3 recap. Tune in for next week's 4 recap, and maybe some other videos sprinkled here and there. Again, though, don't forget to like, subscribe, click the bell so you get notified every time you get one of these videos dropping. And I want to say have a great week, earn lots of money, and toodles from Noodles.
All right, go Cowboys.
Shut your mouth.